Welcome back to Your Magical Midlife, the no BS podcast for unconventional women ready to ditch the shoulds and claim their wild and wise selves. I'm Kate Higgins, your host. I'm a licensed clinical social worker and coach with 25 years of walking women through the chaos, blending my clinical grit with spiritual fire. As women, we walk through 4 distinct portals in our lifetime: the maiden, the mother, the empress, and the crone. Each one brings us wounds to heal and gifts to unpack. This podcast explores all the midlife themes: change, the change, caring for aging parents, unpacking the grief of aging, our shifting identity, and aging with agency, joy, and rebellion. I'm here to help you heal the wounds, flip the scripts, and step into your life that's been waiting for you. Let's get real, raw, gritty, and unleash some magic. I'm going to Santa Fe in 3 weeks, and I've been preparing for months, and I'm still feeling incredibly disorganized. And I don't know if that's like adult onset ADHD. I don't know if it's because I had a hysterectomy, or if I'm just the least organized person who ever walked the planet, or what's going on, or I'm just a friggin' hot mess. But I thought I would hop on here and talk as I'm making a crown base, because I don't have my own crown. Can you believe I don't have my own crown? It's pretty crazy. I do this process with women, and I didn't bother to make my own crown. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to write that right now. The reason why I came up with this concept is because I thought it was crazy that you get to a certain age, you get to a certain phase in life, and there's no more celebration for you. The last celebration for you is your wedding day, or maybe your bachelorette party. Maybe if you have kids, you get a baby shower, but that's not really about you. That's about the baby. So between your wedding and your funeral, is there any kind of celebration for women? No. So the reason why I came up with Craft Your Crown is because I thought it was crazy that women had no opportunity to be celebrated past a certain life phase. And I know that in other cultures, menopause and other rites of passage, like your first period, or when you get married, although that's very revered in our culture, the women's phases, motherhood, menstruation, menopause, are celebrated in other cultures, but not necessarily Western culture. So I thought, well, let's do that. Let's make a celebration out of it, because it shouldn't be something that's feared. Menopause shouldn't be feared. It shouldn't be stigmatized. It should be celebrated. And so should things like divorce or widowhood. They should be honored with a rite of passage, a ritual. We should definitely take a moment to mark the spot in time. And I thought, I want that. Other women might want that. It might be something that a lot of other women might want. So Craft Your Crown was born. I am sitting on the edge of my pool making a halo wire thing, a structure, and I'm using my many, many, many years of showgirl headdress making experience, and I'm writing this really vulnerable story that I'm going to be presenting in Santa Fe about my parents' unhappy marriage and how that shaped me as a person, and is probably the reason why I chose not to get married and chose not to have children. And I'm nervous to tell the story, mostly because it's very intimidating to get up in front of a big group of people. And the last time I did it, I took a workshop with Peter Aguirre, who is amazing and one of the lead moth guys. And I took a class with him, and that was really scary to get up there on stage and tell that story. But I'm different now. I protect my privacy a little bit better. So getting up and talking about something so vulnerable is going to be challenging and powerful and hopefully empowering. It's good to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You would think that since I essentially danced around in a sparkly costume in front of strangers with, like no dance training, what freaking nerve I had, right? Oh my God, I can't believe I had such nerve to dance around at like 40 years old in a sparkly costume on stage when my dance training started and ended at Miss Mary's Dance Academy on Staten Island, New York. And that's what I loved about burlesque. It was so DIY. I love a DIY. If you can't tell by my craft your crown headdress making, there was a time years and years ago when I once wore a gumball machine on my head, and it was very heavy and very, very uncomfortable. And my costume was falling apart halfway through the night. And thankfully, I brought a hot glue gun with me to the venue and was actively hot gluing my gumball machine headdress back together because I'm a professional weirdo, I guess. I don't know. So what does this have to do with midlife exactly? Midlife is a time of absolute transformation, and it's kind of involuntary transformation. You can't stay where you were. Even if you really want to, you can't stay there. And that's, I think, the hardest part of the whole process is the realization that who you were is gone and who you're going to be has not appeared yet. And the work that I do with women is about appreciating and evaluating every phase that you've been in before, every woman that you've been prior to when you land in midlife, and really making peace with it, making peace with whatever you think your missteps have been, whatever you think your mistakes have been. That's the work that I'm doing, is helping women resolve, because I've made a ton of mistakes. I really have. And I've done a ton of really cool things, but I haven't always done the right things in the right order. And in my 40s, there was a lot of grief around that. There was a lot of grief around feeling like I had wasted time. I've lost so much time. I didn't do the things that I was supposed to do. I didn't do some of the things I had hoped to do. And the work I'm doing now with women is really around reframing and reclaiming midlife as an amazing transformative time and not this terrible period of loss where everything is taken away from you. Your youth, your value, your beauty, your health, all of it. And stepping into this new phase can be really powerful if you allow yourself to be empowered. You can also allow yourself to feel the grief, the shame, the angst, the anxiety, all those things. But I would encourage you to try to see it a little bit differently. I would encourage you to view yourself with compassion. I would encourage you to put down the bludgeon of, I did my life wrong, I screwed my life up, I don't have any more chances. That's not true. You have chances until the day you're put in the ground. That's when your chances run out. That's the really good news. If you're breathing, you can make changes. You are never stuck. You might be in a situation that's not easy to extract yourself from, but you are never truly stuck. There's always an option. There's always a way out. One of the big myths that they tell you about midlife is that you are trapped. Like you made your bed and now lay in it and shut up. That's a lot of the messaging we get is Men have their midlife crisis, they buy their convertible, and women, I guess, have their midlife crisis and get Botox or something, but you don't have to have a crisis. You can have a midlife transformation. I think it's really easy to tell yourself that you're stuck. I think that when we tell ourselves that we're stuck and we can't change, it's usually because we're terrified that that's true. So the Craft Your Crown process is that we evaluate where you are as far as the 4 archetypes: the maiden, the mother, the empress, and the crone. And all of us pass through each phase at least once in our lifetime. Right now, for me, I'm in a mothering phase because I'm building my business and I'm nurturing and loving it and caring for it. And I'm taking really, really, really good care of it right now. And I'm completely nurturing myself and I'm nurturing my business as if I was parenting it. And I'm also in an empress phase because I am a midlife woman and I am at that crossroads. I'm at that pivot point where I built this life for myself and I'm evaluating whether or not it works for me. And most of it does. I'm really lucky. There's not too much that I have to pivot from, but there are definitely some little tweaks here and there that could be better. I mean, I guess your life could always be better, right? So I'm making this crown and I have elements of both, mother elements and empress elements. But I have beautiful things for all the phases. I have the most amazing collection of stuff and I'm always collecting more. I have flowers, I have all kinds of crazy shells and sea things. I have porcupine quills. I have some buffalo teeth. I've got some wild stuff. And I'm really excited to be presenting this in Santa Fe. And I'm very hopeful that this is going to be a signature offering. Because why should your graduation or your baby shower or your wedding be the last time that you were witnessed and celebrated? Craft Your Crown is part reflective writing, part art making, and part ceremony. And I walk you through the 4 phases, including the elements that they represent, the directions they represent, the life phase they represent. And then you literally do what I'm doing now. You're going to literally craft your crown. And then I'm going to walk you through a crowning ceremony and crown you. And then you'll get an amazing portrait of you wearing your crown. That's pretty badass. It's pretty badass. I love it. I'm happy with it. This is all it's going to be for now. But I'll be doing this in Santa Fe and I'm so excited. I hope to be doing it locally in Sarasota sometime in the fall. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to go all over the country with Craft Your Crown and help women claim celebration for themselves, whether they are retiring or they got a divorce or they're a new widow or they're going through menopause or their last kid left for college. Whatever it is, we're going to find a way to celebrate it. We're going to make a representational crown for you and we're going to capture you in your beauty and glory in your moment. Thanks so much for listening today. I'm Kate and I've been your host. You can follow me on Instagram at Your Magical Midlife and you can check out my website by the same name. I have some amazing offerings and in June I am launching a 4-week Empress Awakened immersion and I hope that you will check that out. Anyway, I will talk to you next week and if you have any questions, concerns, or commentary, you can shoot me an email at yourmagicalmidlife@gmail.com. Please remember to rate this podcast. If you liked it, please give me a 5-star review as it helps to keep me in the algorithm. Have a great week.